Good evening, swim and dive fans, and welcome to Rosemont Middle School for tonight's meet between the Wildcats of Eagan High School and your Rosemont Irish. This meet is being conducted under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League, and we remind all participants, coaches, and fans to observe good sportsmanship throughout tonight's event. Your official this evening is Mark Shalgren. Leading your Rosemont Irish are captains Josh Cobian, Jonas Kottsmith, Ethan Ockwig, and Carter Sikorsky. Rosemont is coached by head coach Jake Kemna, assistant coaches Emily Gabriel and Jeff Nelson, diving coach Dan Monahan, and strength and conditioning coach Dr. Tim Conboy. We request that you turn your cell phones to the silent mode and please be quiet for the beginning of each race and before each dive. Please, no flash photography. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand, remove your caps, and sing along as we honor our nation and those who have served defending our freedom, singing the national anthem. Thank you. In a few minutes, we'll start diving. Tonight is an 11 dive meet for our divers, so we will get ready for that. They'll get warmed up and we'll get going. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Carl Kinseth. I am a parent here at Rosemont High School for Rosemont High School Swim and Dive. And tonight we are bringing you the final event, or I shouldn't say the final event, the final dual meet of the regular season against your Wildcats of Eagan High School. Again, we have 11 dives that we're going to start out with tonight. This is their second 11 dive meet as they get ready for sections. Tonight we will only have varsity swimming, so the meet is going to go fast. There may be some breaks thrown in by the official, I don't know yet. But we'll have our standard break after the 50-yard freestyle and before the 100 fly. That's where we will also do tonight's final senior spotlight for Mr. Ethan Ockwig. Be just a few more minutes here, get the divers to warm up, and then we will be right back with you. Your diving order for this evening will be Zach Manwaran in the first position, Will Kerrigan in the second position, and Lucas Gurton in the third position. Scores 3.5, 4.5. Will with a 103C front 1.5 somersault tuck 1.6. Scores 4-5. Lucas with a 103B front 1.5 somersault pike 1.7. Scores 5.5, 6.5. Starting round number 2 is Zach with a 103C front 1.5 somersault tuck 1.6. Scores 3.5, 3. Will with a 104C front 2 somersault tuck 2.2. Scores 4, 4.5. Lucas with a 105C front 2.5 somersault tuck 2.4. Scores 6.5, 7. Starting round number 3, Zach with a 51-21D front, 1 somersault with a half twist, free 1.7. Scores 3.5, 3. Will with a 201A back dive straight 1.7. Scores 4, 5. Lucas, 201C back dive tuck 1.5. Scores 4.5, 6.5. Starting round number 4, Zach with a 401C inward dive tuck 1.4. Scores 4.5, 5. Will, 203C back 1.5 somersault tuck 2.0. Scores 3.5, 4.5. Lucas with a 203C back 1.5 somersault tuck 2.0. Scores 5, 5.5. Starting round number 5, Zach with a 402C inward 1 somersault tuck 1.6. Scores 3, 4. Will, the 203C back 1.5 somersault tuck 2.0. Sorry, hold on. Round 5. 52-21D back somersault half twist free 1.7. Scores 5, 5.5. Lucas, the 52-33D back, 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist, free, 2.5. Scores 4.5, 5. Starting round number 6, Zach with a 201A back dive straight, 1.7. Scores 4, 4.5. Will, 52-31D back, 1.5 somersault, half twist, free, 2.1. Scores 3 and 3. Lucas with a 401B inward dive pike, 1.5. Scores 5.5, 5. Starting round number 7 is Zach with a 202A back, 1 somersault straight, 1.7. Scores 3.5, 4.5. Will with a 302C reverse somersault tuck, 1.6. Scores 4 and 4. Lucas with a 403C inward, 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.2. Scores 6 and 7. Starting round number 8, Zach with a 301C reverse dive tuck, 1.6. Scores 3.5, 4. Will with a 401B inward dive pike, 1.5. Scores 4, 4.5. Lucas, 301C, reverse dive, tuck, 1.6. Scores 5 and 5. Starting round number 9 is Zach with a 302C, reverse 1 somersault, tuck, 1.6. Scores 3.5, 3.5. Will with a 402C, inward somersault, tuck, 1.6. Scores 5, 5.5. Lucas with a 303C, reverse 1.5 somersault, tuck, 2.1. Scores 3.5, 4.5. Starting round number 10, Zach with a 104C, front 2 somersault, tuck, 2.2. Scores 4.5, 5. Will 403C, inward 1.5 somersault, tuck, 2.2. Scores 4-3. Lucas with a 104B, front 2 somersault, pike 2.3. Scores 5, 5.5. Starting our final round of diving is Zach with a 51-22D front, 1 somersault, 1 twist, free 1.9. Scores 3 and 4. Will with a 301C reverse dive tuck, 1.6. Fail dive. Final dive of the evening is Lucas with a 51-32D front, 1.5 somersault, 1 twist, free 2.2. Scores 6 and 7. That concludes diving for this evening. We'll be a few minutes getting the pool put back together, a little bit of a warm-up, and we will start the swimming portion of the evening. For those of you online, I apologize. All year or all season, the bandwidth here at Rosemont Middle School has been pretty good, and I guess tonight's our night. I'm kind of watching it on a playback here on an iPad, and I've seen some pretty crummy, couple of crummy scenes that last for 15, 20 seconds. So again, I apologize. Not sure why that is. Hope we don't see it again, but we may. So as I just said, we are going to pause for a few minutes, get the pool put back together. They're going to do a little warm-up. And then we will be back to the swimming portion, starting with the medley relay. Tonight's senior spotlight is Ethan Ockwig. That will come up after the 50-yard freestyle at that break. Right now I'm going to throw up a screenshot here of the fastest times and highest point counts for the divers. This was put together by Jenny Olson. What you'll see in yellow is top 25. These are all from this year. She's put the school where the time was achieved. So I'll leave this up for a few minutes. You can pick your kid out of there and take a look and see. And again, you got Lucas and Zach at the bottom there. I think it's in. I thought maybe it was in alphabetical order, but I guess not. So. Look, oh, it must be by grade. So I'll leave that up for a minute. Go ahead and take a look again. Anything in yellow is a top 25 going into the books for this year.
Tell them they didn't listen. They're waiting for you.
Again, thank you to Jenny Olson for putting this all together. Of course, this will look very different after JV champs and sections and state. I have a feeling there'll be a lot more yellow on this sheet, so look forward to that. Maybe we can get her to send this out after state is complete. It's kind of fun to have all this information in one spot. So they are just getting in. So we will wait for them to warm up. A lot of them are mostly just kind of hanging on the wall. We call that wallflowers. But I assume they'll probably have about another 5 minutes and then we'll get started. Looks like we are getting close here. Start off again, of course, with the 200 medley relay. There's only varsity tonight. The JV kids are resting for the JV Champs meet on March 4th. So that is coming up next week already. Where does the time go? Waiting for the official. I'm not sure where Mark is. As soon as we get him in here, we will get going with the meet. All right, here we go. Lane 1, again, closest to you at the bottom of your screen. Lane 6 at the top of your screen. This is the 200 medley relay. We've got 3 groups, A, B, and C for the Rosemont Irish. Leading off in lane number 3 is David Goodburn. Lane 4, Matthew Warwick. In lane 5, Carter Sikorsky. 200 medley relay, of course, is back, breast, fly, and free. Matthew Warwick out to the early lead here in lane number 4. Breaststroke leg will be Quinlan Schroeder in lane number 4. He is off right now. In lane number 3, it will be Brennan Worth. And in lane number 5, Jonas Cottsmith. Quinlan coming in on his leg of the breaststroke. From breaststroke to butterfly, this is going to be Jacob Olson in lane number 4. Lane number 3, Spencer Rudd going into the water. And in lane number 5, on the butterfly portion here, is Ethan Ockwig. Jacob Olson finishing up here. Evan Kinseth about to go in on the 50 freestyle leg, the anchor leg. Lane number 3, Tristan Timbers, back from an illness. And in lane number 5, Josh Sikorsky heading into the water right now. And number 4 is going to be the fast one tonight at 1:44.45. Lane number 3, Tristan Timbers coming in for his group at 1:52.68. And in lane number 5, Josh touching at 2 minutes, .05. Bye.
What? Okay. Yeah, you give her the...
Up next is the 200-yard freestyle. Sawyer Smith in 2. In lane 3, Josh Kobe. In lane 4, Sullivan Labno. And in lane 5, Parker Patterson. And they are off. They've been swimming really well the past 2 weeks. Let's see if there's a third week in them here under full press. These guys are close to starting taper. I don't know if they've actually started taper yet, but they are within a day or so of it. Sullivan out in lane number 4 at 24.64, looks strong. Sullivan entered at a 150.32. That's his season best. Josh Cobian, 157.81. Sawyer, 201.56. And Parker at 201.37. Sullivan here in lane number 4. He's going to turn about 52.6. That's a very nice first 100. He's going. Looks like he's pushing pretty hard here. This is going to be fun to see how fast he goes tonight. Jake's looking for some consistency. He knows that these guys that did really good 2 weeks ago scared him a little bit, I think, as I mentioned on one of my last live streams. And but last week they were consistent. They were fast again, which is exciting to see. We're going to see how they do here. See if they continue to drop time or stay close to their best season best times. Sullivan making his final turn down there in lane number 4. Oh, he's going hard. It's going to be close. And he's going to go 150.09, which is a best time, best season best time for him. Excellent. Josh Cobian in lane number 3 at 156.87. That is also a best time. Sawyer in 2 at 159.27. Best time. And Parker in 204.51. Adds just a little bit, but not much at all. I guess we do have one JV. So we will have event number 5. That's the boys 200-yard IM JV. Lane number 3 will be Alex Hoff. Lane number 4 will be Spencer Rudd. From Miss Allison out in Australia, we've got to go Matthew. Good luck, Irish. I didn't catch Matthew's split on that backstroke. Did you see it? No? Okay, never mind. Huh? I asked you if you caught the backstroke split from Matthew. Can't find this on Meet Mobile if you're following the meet online as well, but you can find it on Meet Mobile under Rosemont versus Eagan. There'll also be an Eagan versus Rosemont. That's the Eagan Meet Mobile. So you want to look at Rosemont versus Eagan. Matthews 50 backstroke split 26.48, Quinlan at 29.10, Jacob at 26.5, and Evan at 22.36. Number 4, Spencer Rudd out there, turning at 29.59. It's a very nice split for the 50 fly. Alex at 33.17. Mom and Dad both in the audience tonight, not hassling me over the over text or over live chat, which is good. I'm sure they'll watch this back and throw bricks at the TV. Spencer in lane number 4, touching at the backstroke into the breaststroke, 36.33, as you can see on the screen to your top right. Alex into his breaststroke leg right now. Alex entered at 225.71 for a season best, and Spencer 223.04. So evenly matched on paper, but Spencer's got it going here into his freestyle leg. Alex coming on right now, and he's touching to go to his freestyle leg. Final 2 links of the 200 IM. Again, Spencer, 2:23.04. He's going to take that down, I think, by probably about 3 seconds or so. And he does, a 2:20.75. Nice swim for him. And Alex at 2:25.97, so he is right on his season best time. Up next is the varsity heat of the 200 IM. Lane 3 will be Jacob Olson. Lane 4, Evan Kinseth. Lane 5, Brennan Worth. Evan with a slight lead over Jacob right now, ever so slight in this fly leg. All three into their backstroke. All three looking pretty strong here. Don't get much closer in that butterfly, 27.16 to 27.18. Evan opening up the lead a little bit in the backstroke here. The breaststroke for Evan is the great equalizer, though. Makes a turn, him and Jacob into their breaststroke. Brennan coming now, finishing up his backstroke leg, and he turns into breaststroke as well. Jacob entered at 2:10.22. Evan at 1:59.73, and Brennan at 2:14.10. All right, Evan touching here. 37.6 into his freestyle. Jacob, 38.7 into his freestyle leg, and Brennan 38.9 into his freestyle. So this is the end of it here. And Evan touching at 2:03.76. Jacob at 2:08.87. That was an in-season best time for him. And Brennan at 2:15.14. So he is just off just a little bit. Up next will be event number 8, the boys 50-yard freestyle. There is only one heat, the varsity heat. Lane number 2 will be Carter Sikorsky. Lane 3, Tristan Timbers. Lane 4, Matthew Warwig. Lane 5, Josh Sikorsky, and in lane 6, Jonas Kottsmith.
And 8, boys 50-yard freestyle, varsity, 1-on-1.
Matthew has their fastest time right now, 23.76 for this heat. Carter entered at 25.98, Tristan at 24.56, Josh Sikorsky at 25.67, and Jonas Kottsmith at 28.19. Matthew's got the lead right here, but in lane number 3, watch out for Tristan. And Matthew is going to get him, and he ties his time on paper, 23.76. So a good swim for him. Tristan in lane number 3 at 24.15, so he drops a little bit. Carter in lane number 2, 26.34, a little bit of an ad, but not a big deal. Lane 5, Josh Sikorsky, 25.08, down from 25.67. And Jonas Kottsmith in 6, 28.97 from 28.19. There will be a 10-minute warm-up. Feet first entry, slide in entry only, please. 10-minute warm-up. A little visit there from Mr. Hoff. Senior spotlight tonight, as you can see in front of you right now, is Ethan Ockwig, captain, senior. Post-grad plans. Ethan plans to attend college and study either mechanical or electrical engineering. Hobbies and activities, Dungeons and Dragons with friends and reading marching band. I should learn to use commas, really, so it should be with friends, reading, and marching band. Favorite stroke is the butterfly. Best memories from Rosemont High School boys swim and dive when someone spilled chocolate milk in the locker room and the team decided to use water bottles to push it towards the drain instead of using paper towels. And what he is most proud of, earning his Eagle Scout Award. We've got a number of Eagle Scout Awards on the team. A lot of Boy Scouts, so that's very good. A lot of great citizens on this Rosemont High School team. So that is your senior spotlight for this evening. I will leave this up for a few minutes. And we will let you listen to the sounds of warm-up.
What time do you think this will be done? Because we're ordering Chipotle, so we make it 6:30 or 6:45.
Only 7 more events. We should be done by 6:30, 6:35. That's my guess.
I don't get to hear your commentary. I'll have to rewatch it.
I already mentioned you guys. I said the Hawks are in the audience tonight, so they can't badmouth me on the chat. But I said I'm sure they'll watch it back.
He wrote something down.
All right, and that is Ethan Ockwig. Again, your senior spotlight and final senior spotlight of the season. Again, tonight being the last dual meet, virtual, unfortunately, for 2021 men's season. I'm going to go back to the fastest times and we'll have you glance at that for a couple more minutes in case you didn't get enough time. I'll leave that up for a few minutes, and then by that time, we should be getting pretty close to starting the meet again.
There it is. I was just going to ask her if she liked the new setup.
Oh yeah. Ask her how her puppy's doing. Yeah, new puppy, yeah.
I think you just did because that mic's live right there.
Is that right? Yeah.
All right, we are getting close to getting ready to go again. Got a little treat for you tonight, as you may have noticed in the pool warming up. The divers were in the pool warming up. Not very often they put caps and goggles on, but tonight we have a diver relay. Filling in for the fourth diver will be Jonas Cottsmith. But otherwise, in the two free relay, you're going to have Zach, Lucas, and Will in the diver relay. Just tradition for the final meet of the season. I coach over at Eagan High School for the girls, and we do the same thing. So I guess we generally do it on senior night, which is usually the last home meet of the season. Looks like we're getting close here. I've got the A-OK from Mark here, so we are ready to go. We'll have diving results here shortly for you as well. This is a 100-yard butterfly. There is only one heat. We have Josh Cobain in lane number 3, Jacob Olson in 4, and Spencer Rudd in 5. Why do I have 4 and 3 on my sheet? Who's my 4th? Oh, he moved Ethan into lane number 2. So Ethan Ockwig, there was a junior varsity heat originally, but they scrubbed that. And so they moved Ethan Ockwig into lane number 2. So lane 2, Ethan Ockwig. He must have begged coach to swim this 100 fly. Josh in 3, Jacob in 4, Spencer in 5. In the lead at the 50 is Jacob at 27.55. That was pretty close to his split in the 200 IM as well. Jacob and Josh making their final turn here. Jacob taking a little look to his left to see where Josh is, but he's got a pretty comfortable lead at a body length, so you should be okay. Jacob entered at 58.32. He's going to go 58.34. Nice swim for him. Josh at 59.71, down from 1 minute, 0.62. 108.11 for Ethan, down from 109.46. And Spencer Rudd in lane number 5 at 109.19. He adds a little bit there. All right, moving on to the 100-yard freestyle, event number 14. There is only one heat. In lane 2 is going to be Davin Goodburn. Lane 3, Tristan Timbers. Lane 4, Quinlan Schroeder. And in lane 5, Josh Sikorsky. Got the thumbs up from Mark. Got about 32 people on the live stream tonight. Thank you for joining us for the Irish Swim and Dive final dual meet of 2021. All virtual meets this year because of our wonderful friend COVID-19. Here's to hoping that slows down and we can get back to regular swimming next season. Daven entered at 56.25. Tristan entered at 54.15. Quinlan Schroeder seeded 53.54. He's your top seed in this heat, and he is out in front in lane 4 there. And Josh Sikorsky in 5, seated at 55.45. Quinlan does have a slight lead over Tristan, but they are pretty much neck and neck right now. Got a pretty good race to the finish here. And Tristan looks like he is going to touch first, and he does at 52.91. What a nice time for him. Wow, fast. Quinlan at 53.02, so he drops a little bit of time as well. Josh in lane number 5 at 54.89, he drops time. And Daven in lane 2 at 57.26. Adds just a little bit, but nothing big. Up next is the 500-yard freestyle. Event number 16. Mr. Alex Hoff will be in lane number 2, Sullivan Labno in 3, Evan Kinseth in 4, and Parker Pedersen in 5. A little bit of a sad day here. This will be the last dual meet that Carter will count for Evan. He's counted for Evan since 8th grade, since Evan was in 8th grade. We do have sections, so hopefully Carter will be there to count for him at sections.
Event 16, boys 500 yard.
And you can always look forward to hopefully state as well. You never know. Sections comes first. Evan and Sullivan neck and neck here going into the first 50. Of course, this is 20 lengths of the pool, so it's a fairly long race. And when I say neck and neck, their splits were exactly the same at 26.02. So that's pretty good, turning at the feet. Pretty hard to do that. Evan has moved out to about a quarter of a body length here on Sullivan, but Sullivan's looking pretty strong. Alex Hoff making his turn, as well as Parker up in lane number 5. Again, you can check Meet Mobile for times and for splits. You can check Eagan, but they just started. They started at 6 o'clock. So they're only getting into their, they're probably diving right now, I would think. Alex entered at 5:44.56. Sullivan at 5 minutes, .38. Evan at 4:36.95, and Parker at 5:21.72. Evan opens it up now. I don't know if any of you watch college swimming at all, but it's championship season right now. So Big Tens are going, ACCs, SEC women just finished up, men are just starting. Big Ten again, Big Ten women are at the U of M for swim. For diving, I believe they're at Indiana. But to give you some perspective here, Evan has a 4:36.95, which he set at Apple Valley a couple weeks ago. That was a pool record. Two juniors from Georgia and Florida in the ACCs this week both went 4:06 in the 500 freestyle. So there are some fast times coming out of college swimming. Evan turning at length number 13 right there. Sullivan coming in on his 13th as well. Parker making his turn at 12, as well as Alex making his turn at 12. Now this turn here, Evan will have 4 lengths left to go. Sullivan at 4 lengths left to go on this turn as well. Mark is going over with the bell. The bell lap means there's 2 lengths left. They put it over the person who is first in the heat, who is out first in the 500, as well as the mile and the 1,000. And Sullivan at this turn, 2 lengths left to go for him, 4 for Alex. Looks like we're having some bandwidth issues again. I apologize. Evan touches at 4:43.64 because you wouldn't be able to see it on the screen. 4:43.64. Hopefully that'll clear up here shortly. Thought we were through with that, but I guess not. And Sullivan at 5 minutes, .55, so he is right on his season best time. Very nice swim for him. All right, Alex at his final 50, 2 lengths left to go. Again, he's entered at 5:44. And Parker with 25 yards left to go as well. Kind of cleared up on the screen here. And Parker, 5:34.01. Nice swim for him. And Alex in lane number 2, 5:44.78, and he is right on his best time as well. Oh, look at that. It just cleared up in time for the break. Okay, we have diving scores for you. We're going to take a moment here to let some of these boys rest. In third place, Zach Manwaran at 2:11.50. In second place, Will Kerrigan at 2:28.90. And Lucas Gerton at 3:65.92. Okay, up next is the 200 freestyle relay varsity. 3 lanes, 3, 4, and 5. Of course, lane 5, the one to watch. That is the diver relay. Senior Jonas Cottsmith will be leading that off, as we don't have 4 divers right now. Our 4th diver is injured. But leading off in lane number 3 will be Spencer Rudd. In lane number 4, Tristan Timbers. And in lane 5 again, Jonas Cottsmith. Tristan motoring out ahead of the rest of the group here. He is going to touch at 24.78. Into the water behind him goes Quinlan Schroeder. Alex Hoff off into the water in lane number 2, fresh off that 500 freestyle. And in lane number 5, diver, 7th grader, Zach Warren. Nice flip turn out of Zach, natural born swimmer. In lane number 4 now, Josh Kobian into the water. In lane number 3, Josh Sikorsky into the water. Zach being cheered on by his teammates. Zach going into the water right now. Classic diver start. Lucas Gerton, our 8th grader. Josh Kobian finishing up in lane number 4, and into the water goes Sullivan Labno on the anchor leg. In lane 3 will be Parker Pedersen. Again, another one fresh off that 500 freestyle. Lucas Gerton is flying here. He's going to have a good split. And he does. 20. Oh, I didn't catch a split. He must have touched weird. But anchor leg here is Will Kerrigan, 10th grader Will Kerrigan. Sullivan touches for the team at 1:39.04. Parker at 1:47.85. And here comes Will Kerrigan. And touches for his team at 2:05.10. That was a good time. Up next is event number 20, the boys 100-yard backstroke varsity. Lane number 2 is going to be Sawyer Smith. Lane 3, Davin Goodburn. Lane 4, Matthew Warwig. Lane 5, Carter Sikorsky. And in lane 6, Ethan Ockwig. Well, Matthew has dropped 2 straight weeks in a row to get down to this 55.02. Should be interesting to see what he can do tonight. Sawyer entered at 104.62. Davin at 103.71. Carter at 104.33. And Ethan entered at 117.93. Matthew making the turn first at the 25. And pretty good lead for himself there at the 50, turning at 27.73. If he can come close to negative splitting this, he is going to be under that 55, but my guess is he'll probably be a 56, but I hope I'm wrong. Oh, I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to be close. 55.30. 55.30. Awesome swim for Matthew. And that second place, that was a close one. 104.11, 104.32, and 104.49. So lane 2, Sawyer Smith at 104.11. Season best for him. Gavin at 104.32, a little bit off. Carter in lane 5 at 104.49, right on his season best as well. And Ethan at 117.56 drops a little bit from his season best. Event number 22, the boys 100-yard breaststroke. There is only one heat. Lane 2, Braden Hertzberg. Lane 3, Brennan Worth. Lane 4, Quinlan Schroeder. And lane 5, Jonas Kotzman. Braden entered at 117.77. Brennan at 108.69. Quinlan at 103.20. He did that about 2 or 3 weeks back. And Jonas Kotzman at 115.39. Making his turn at the 50 at 30.89. He can keep it together here and come close to negative splitting. He'll break that 103. Again, 103.20. Pool record is 58 flat. School record 57.46 from 2012. I could see him maybe getting that school record at sections. Too close. I think he'll definitely get it before he's a senior, that is for sure. So fell off a little bit on the back 50 there, but 105.65, still a very nice time. Brennan in lane number 3 at 110.62. Lane number 5 in that third position, Jonas Cottsmith at 117.30. And in lane number 2, Braden Hertzberg at 118.42. Okay, our final event of the evening, 400-yard freestyle relay, varsity. We will be in lanes 3, 4, and 5. Leading off in 3 will be Josh Cobian. Lane 4, Sullivan Labno, and in lane 5, Alex Hoff. Last event of this evening, last event of the regular season, last event of the regular season for our seniors. So bittersweet evening for them. Again, Josh Cobian in 3, Sullivan Labno in 4, and Alex Hoff in 5. All right, here comes Sullivan at his 100. Lane number 4, Jacob Olson into the water on the second leg. Lane 3, Parker Pedersen. And in lane number 5, Daven Goodburn. Got a good work, Matthew, from Allison. Roger Johnson says, "Go, Alex. Great to see you watching." All my dad's chiming in here. He says, "Go, Evan." Evan will be coming up at the end of this relay. Be the anchor leg of the 4 free relay tonight in lane number 4. Okay, here comes Jacob in lane number 4. Into the water after him is Matthew in the third leg of this event. Matthew Warwig into the water now. In lane number 3, as Parker finishes up, Sawyer Smith is going to be next, and off he goes. And in lane number 5, David finishing up, and Carter Sikorsky into the water on his final swim of the regular season as a senior. Evan stepping up. As Matthew comes into the wall, Evan will be your anchor leg in lane number 4. And off he goes. Lane number 3, Sawyer finishes up. Brennan Worth, the anchor in lane 3. And in lane number 5, Braden Hertzberg into the water. And Evan finishing up for his team at 3:31.82. And we lost the feed again here. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. And lane number 3, Brennan Worth finishes it up at 350.58. And out in lane number 5, Braden Hertzberg finishing up for his team at 4:06.75. All right, well, that does it for this evening's final dual meet of the men's 2021 season. Final meet for the seniors. On to JV champs again on March 4th. A week later or so will be March 10th. That is the section meet. That is a finals meet. There is no prelims, so it is a single evening. And diving is on the 11th. Yep, diving will be on the 11th. So the 10th, swimming is first. Diving will be on the 11th, the next day. And then hopefully we're going to send a fair number of boys to state this year. And the state will be the 18th, 19th, and 20th. I believe 18th is the diving. And we still aren't sure about the 19th and 20th on what day the boys will swim. And the state will be at U of M this year. So that's kind of exciting. We weren't sure that was going to happen, but it will. And then sections will be at Blue Water Aquatic Center for swimming. Diving, I have not heard. My guess is it's going to be at Eagan High School at Dakota Hills where they have the diving well. But I do not know that for sure. It could be out at the Eastridge Pool as well, out in Woodbury. So watch email for that, as Jake, I'm sure, will send something out. So with that, that is my final regular season live stream of the season. I will be doing the section meet on the 10th. That will be under a different stream account, though. I think that's going to be for Eastview, but they did ask me to run the live stream. So I'll be commentating on that, and that will be the next time I talk to you. And with that, have a great weekend. Be safe, and we'll talk to you all soon. Thanks.